Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Em, and today we have a summer book haul. I am currently on a book buying ban, except for the 2 books that I had pre-ordered that came out this month, and they have since come out, and so I'm not allowed to buy any more books for the rest of the month, so I thought it was a perfect time to share what I have brought into the house since June. And this stack is bigger than I thought it was going to be because I went a little off the rails in July because it's my birthday month. And I really leaned into that treat yourself mindset. So I have them stacked in order from June until now. And let's just get into it. Some of them I read, some of them I haven't. But let's start with You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Kaylonn Bayron. I bought this in June. And I read it during Summerween, and I did really like it for the most part. I do feel like with how short it is, it could have been a little bit faster paced. The slashing doesn't happen until like the very last little bit. Once the slashing happened, it was nonstop. So it was a good time, and I really liked it. I haven't read anything else by Kaylonn Bayron, so I have my eye on her Cinderella book. Cinderella's Dead. It's not a high priority, but I'm thinking about it because I really did like this. And then also in June, I got The Witch King by Martha Wells in my Illumicrate box. So this is the Illumicrate edition. I haven't gotten another Illumicrate book all summer. I've been trying to be pickier about just bringing random books into the house, and there hasn't been a book that I've been like, yes, I want from Illumicrate. I'm actually thinking about canceling my subscription, but that can be a topic on another video. But I do have my very beautiful Illumicrate edition, and it did come with a bookmark for The Witch King, and I'm just keeping it in there for when I am ready to read it, which hopefully will be soon. I think I'm going to finish my Murderbot reread. I have 1 book and 1 novella. No. I have the novel and the short story left, I think. And then I think I'll try this one. Now we are moving on to July. So in July, I got Liar City by Allie Therin. This is urban fantasy romance, I think. Set in Seattle, and I bought this when we went to the beach. And then I also, on that same trip, bought Small Miracles by Olivia Atwater. I have since read this. This is also kind of urban fantasy. It's about a fallen angel who makes a bet to tempt a mortal woman into more sin. But if you've read Half a Soul, like, this is very similar vibes. And then I also got Wolfsong by TJ Klune. This is the reprint Tor is doing, because I think this is a pretty old series for TJ Klune. I still have not read it yet. I'm still kind of amazed by how chunky it is. And I saw the other day at my local bookstore that book 2, Ravensong, has come out, but I did not buy it. I need to read. I'm going to read Wolfsong before I buy the next one, she says optimistically. And then I got We Could Be So Good by Sebastian. I actually got this one for free because my library does a summer reading program for the grown-ups as well, and if you finish, you get to pick out a book, and this was what I picked out from the cart that was available. I really like Sebastian, and I've been struggling with historical romance lately, but since this is 1950s, I'm hoping maybe I can just kind of like not have it bother me. It's also gay, so, you know, typically gay romance succeeds a little bit better than hetero romance, so fingers crossed it works for me. And then for my birthday book shopping haul, which I have a video for that on my channel, but I bought myself a copy of Malice by Gwynne, which I was going to try to read this month, and I don't think it's going to happen, but I still want to read it because I've heard great things. And I read a little bit of it, and I really liked his writing style. Is it this one I read, or did I read? I might have read a little bit of his other book, the first book in his other series, In the Shadow of the Gods, if that's what it's called. But that series isn't complete yet, and I decided to read a series of his that is complete first. I also got Burnout, The Secret to Unlocking the Stress Cycle by Emily Nagaski and Amelia Nagaski. I read this years ago, absolutely loved it, but I listened to it on audio and I want to go back and reread it and tab the crap out of it. I also got The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah, which has been on my radar since it came out. I've heard such mixed things about it, so I really hope I love it. I kind of bought it on like an optimistic wave of, I know not everyone loves this book, but I think I could really love this book, so fingers crossed. I don't know when I'm going to read it, but I have it. And then I also bought A Natural History of Dragons, a memoir by Lady Trent. This is by Marie Brennan, who is also one half of M.A. Carrick. The Mask of Mirrors is one of my favorite books, one of my favorite series, and I really wanted to read more by either both of the authors that make up M.A. Carrick or just one of them, but I've heard really good things about Natural History of Dragons, and Riley just had a video not too long ago where she read a bunch of dragon books and she read this one and she really liked it, which makes me very hopeful. I also bought Into the Riverlands by Nevo and also What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher, but my husband's reading it right now, so I don't have my copy. But I bought both of these when I was doing my Hugo novella project. Whoa. Just gonna start throwing books around. I also got Camp Damascus by Tingle. This is one of my highly anticipated releases for this year. I have a designated video just for Camp Damascus. I really liked it. And yeah, I really liked it. It's about a gay conversion camp and burning everything to the ground, I guess. And then the last book that I purchased in July was Stolen Focus, Why You Can't Pay Attention and How to Think Deeply Again by Johann. This was a book I had gotten the audio and the physical from the library, and I was reading it and I was tabbing so much that I just admitted that I needed my own copy, and so I bought it so I could finish tabbing. And I don't know if I can properly show, but I mean, I just tabbed the you-know-what out of it. So it was a great book if you are interested in nonfiction about, I don't know, just being a person in our world. I highly recommend it. It's not self-help. He doesn't really have a solution, but it's kind of nice to read and acknowledge that you're not alone in how the internet affects your brain. This is actually one of my favorite things I've read. Like it's quarter, what quarter are we in? Quarter 3 is not over yet, but I'm pretty sure this will be in my favorite books of quarter 3 post on Instagram when we get to the end of September. And then we're on to August, and I will be honest, I cheated a teeny tiny little bit with my book buying ban in August. I don't think anyone's surprised. The first way I cheated is I was reading 2 books on E, and I ended up buying physical copies because I was having such a hard time reading them on E. So I bought Ninth Reign by Jen Williams, which I'm still working my way through. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. But I realized I have a really hard time reading chunky fantasy in the ebook format for whatever reason. I read ebooks incredibly slow. I'm just not a fast reader in that format. And in bigger books, that can really be a detriment because if I take more than 2 weeks to finish a book, I really start to forget what I have read, and I have such a bad memory for what I read anyways. I just don't retain the information very well. So I did get a physical, and I do have ebooks for the rest of the series, and I will probably end up buying them in physical format as well because it's such a struggle for me. I also bought 16 Souls by Rosie Talbot while I was reading it on E, but I really loved this. I'm gonna try not to talk about it too much here because I want to talk about it when I do my August wrap up, but this was like a ghost story, YA, maybe not horror, but it has horror elements. But yeah, I bought a copy when I was about halfway through because I was just reading it so slow on ebook, and I got nervous that I was going to end up giving it a low rating because it was taking me so long. And then I also bought the Scapegracers by, it says Hannah Abigail Clarke, but I believe the author now goes by Austin Clarke or H.A. Clarke. It's conflicting on the internet which one they are going by, but and this was one of my favorite books in Q2, and I just hadn't gotten around to buying a copy yet. I also need to buy a copy of The Scratch Daughters, but I'm trying not to cheat anymore for my book buying ban. So I did order this off of Pango because apparently these books aren't available to order anymore, like through my indie. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's not my indie's fault. It's the publisher. So I don't know what the publisher is doing, but this isn't really available anymore, and The Scratch Daughters isn't really available anymore. So this was from Pango, and it looks like there's a book 3 coming out next year, which I'm very excited for because I really, really loved Clarke's writing. And my wish when I finished this duology was that they would write more books because I really want to read more from them. So I'm excited that there's more in this world because I really dug it. And then my 2 pre-orders for this month. The first one is Labyrinths Heart by M.A. Carrick. This is book 3 in The Rook and the Rose. Can we just... This book is so pretty. I love that purple so much. Ugh. It's just so pretty. This is kind of my carrot at the end of the stick book for me for this month. I have a lot of books on my self-destructing TBR, and I am using getting to read this book as my reward for prioritizing those books. It's kind of working. I'm real impatient. I also have the audiobook for this. I'm just so excited. I can't wait to see how this world wraps up. And then my other pre-order was Thornhedge by T. Kingfisher. This is a Sleeping Beauty retelling, and I've heard really good things about it so far. And I hadn't looked at the end pages. Oh, that looks so... Oh my gosh, look at the naked hardcover. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Yes, and then this one, I don't know when I'm going to read it, but hopefully soon. I just need to make some progress on my obligation reads, though they're my own obligation, but I need to make more progress on that before I start to deviate. I'm so excited for that one. So, yeah, that is my summer book haul. Like I said, I am now done buying books until September, which is only like a week and a half away. So not very long. I might roll this book buying ban into September as well and just have pick the books that I want to pre-order and then try really hard not to purchase anything else because I feel like I'm really making good progress on my physical TBR, and I would like to keep that momentum going. So anyways, if you have made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching and spending your precious time with me. I really appreciate it. If you want to leave a comment, I don't know. Tell me which one of these you think I should read. I mean, I think my priority is going to be Labyrinths Heart and Thornhedge just because I'm so excited for them because they are the shiniest books that I have. You know, they're the newest, so they're the shiniest. But I don't know if there's something else of those chunky fantasies, which one do you think I should read next? If you want to leave a comment but don't have anything to say, let's do a rose for the emoji, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye.